Hey yo, what is going on everybody? It's T Squared Games here, and today in this video we are going to be finding out what is the fastest car I have in Forza Horizon 4. Now, before we start today's video, I want to give you all a quick reminder that the merch contest is still live and you still have 2 weeks to enter. Actually, at the moment right now, I do not have any entries, so if you want to go ahead and enter, you're going to have a pretty good chance of winning. I'd say that if you're the only one to enter, that's a 100% chance of being able to get some free merch with your own design on it, so that's pretty cool. Make sure to watch the video in the description for more info on that. Also, if you want to get some merch for yourself, you can click the link in the description and you can go straight to my store. It's really cool. I showcased it in the merch video, which is linked in the description. Now let's get on to the video. So what I'm thinking is we are going to go for the top 5 fastest cars I own in the game. Definitely one of them is going to have to be the KOENIGSEGG AGERA RS, because this thing is an absolute beast. I think I got it to go like 280 miles per hour once. It's pretty insane. But we're going to have to look at some other ones that I have, and I'll show them all off before I go and do the tests. Now, one of the first ones we're going to be testing is the Aston Martin Vulcan Forza Edition. Now you can see that I've already upgraded this to X Class, and this thing is going to be an absolute beast. It's mostly a track car and it's really good at handling, but apparently the top speed is really good too, so we'll test that one out. Now another one we're going to be looking at is the Ferrari 812 Super Fast. Again, this is already upgraded to X Class, and this thing is an absolute beast. It can go definitely over 260 miles an hour. Another car we're going to test is the Pagani Zonda R Forza Edition. Looks like I still need to upgrade this one, but this is going to make for a pretty interesting test because it is one of the fastest cars in the world. Now, obviously, here is the KOENIGSEGG AGERA RS, and this thing is crazy fast. Even though it says it has a speed stat of 8.6, it has 1,300 horsepower, and it can go crazy fast. And the actual last car that we're going to be doing is the Lamborghini Aventador. Again, all of these cars are going to be X-Class, fully upgraded, and the Lamborghini Aventador has 1,500 horsepower. Keep in mind, this is not even the Forza Edition one, which can get up to 1,800 horsepower. And these things are absolutely insane, and we're going to go ahead and test them out on the highway and see which one we can get to reach the fastest speed. So let's go ahead and do that now. Now we are going to be starting out with the Aston Martin Vulcan Forza Edition because it's the first alphabetically. Also, because I'm the most curious about this one, I've actually never top speed tested this, especially with this new upgrade tune on it. I haven't actually installed a pre-done tune. This is just without any tuning, just whatever would get it to the highest upgrade level. So we're going to drive this on over to the highway and see what we can do with it. Alright, here we are on the highway. We are going to accelerate all these cars at a standstill right next to the Juggernaut drag racing event. We're going to go ahead and test this in 3, 2, 1, go. Had a little wheel spin there, but here we go. We're going now. We are in 4th gear currently and approaching 200 miles an hour, so that seems good for top speed. Here we are in 5th gear at around 220 miles an hour, and I've already run into the median. That's not good. Keep trucking along. Also, don't forget, guys, you can join the T Squared Games clan in this game. You might have just seen that one of our clan members actually has a high score on that speed trap, 273 miles per hour, so that's pretty crazy. The Vulcan just nailed that turn around. Most cars wouldn't be able to turn like that, they'd just spin out. But it looks like in 5th gear we are topping out around 240 miles an hour. Yeah, so I completely missed the tunnel there. Let's rewind and see if we can do that a little better. Alright, here we are coming into the tunnel. We are getting, 237 miles an hour. I don't know about this one, guys. We can try it going downhill as well. Alright, so if you go down the highway this way, it's actually downhill, so your car can get a higher top speed. We're going to test the Vulcan down that way because that test was pretty underwhelming. But then again, I wasn't expecting the Vulcan to score very high just because it's more of a track car and not a top speed car. Anyway, yeah, downhill we are getting around 245 miles an hour. So that's pretty good. As you can see, it turns like a beast though. Actually, the handling is absolutely insane because of just how much downforce this thing can get. So yeah, this thing didn't really score that high. 240 miles per hour is nothing when you compare it to these next cars we're about to test. Alright, changing cars now, we are going to go over to the Ferrari 812 Superfast. And this thing is actually pretty insane. I think it is the fastest car Ferrari has ever built. And as you can see, we have the Horizon rental paint job on there. So, what we're going to do is, again, bring it up to same start point. And we'll go ahead and test it out. So, 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, a little bit of wheel spin there, but that's to be expected. Alright, we are in 4th gear and nearing around 200 miles per hour, so somewhere around the same as the Vulcan. It couldn't pull off the turn as nice as the Vulcan could, though. So, we're going to obviously have to deal with this we're going to have to deal with the handle not being so good, but as you can see, we are approaching 250 miles per hour, so this already outclasses the Vulcan. There's 260. Maybe we can get 270 going downhill, but crashed, so that's not going to happen this time around. Yeah, once we get up to the tunnel, I'll test it going downhill just like we did with the Vulcan, and we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, we were able to reach 260, and that's pretty good, honestly. That's a pretty good top speed for a car in this game, and especially going uphill. Alright, here we go with the downhill test. We're just going to go straight away. Alright, we are approaching 200 miles per hour again. Let's see if we can get better than 260 on the downhill. Already you can see the camera is shaking from the sheer speed this thing has. And it looks like we just broke 270 there, so that's going to be the high score to beat right now from the Ferrari 812 Superfast is a score of 270 miles per hour. That's actually crazy. Okay, so the Pagani Zonda R is now fully upgraded and tuned, so we are going to bring this one over to the highway and test it out. Alright, here we are at the starting point and with the Pagani Zonda R. So, like the Vulcan, this thing is more of a track car, so again, don't expect it to have super high of a top speed, but the thing is going to be pretty fast. Just look at how crazy those aerodynamics are. But anyway, yeah, we're going to just shoot off and go for it. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty fast 0 to 60 time on that. Rapidly accelerating already into 4th gear at around 170 miles per hour. So not as extreme as some of the cars we've seen, but this car is going pretty fast still. We're at around 220 in 5th gear. We are in 6th gear now, which I believe is final gear already, and at about 230 and steadily climbing. Keep in mind this is uphill as well, so the downhill time is definitely going to be faster, and this thing has the same handling as the Vulcan. It's absolutely insane how fast this thing can turn without drifting or anything. I think the all-wheel drive definitely helps, but it looks like we're maxing out there at around 239, and we're gonna have to try the downhill segment. But yeah, this is really more of a track car and not a top speed machine. Alright, let's try for it downhill now. Here we go. Steadily climb. Steadily climbing just like before, but the downhill is going to give it that little extra boost. Maybe it can break 240. We're gonna have to see. We're in the 30s, climbing. 238, 239, there to go. 240. So it looks like we're gonna hit around 240 in the Pagani Zonda R. So again, not as extreme as we've seen. The 812 Superfast is still in first place, but this thing is still an absolute speed machine and great handling to boot. Now we are on to the big ones, and as you can see, I've even favorited the AGERA RS. You can see the heart in the corner there, because this thing is a god. the absolute fastest car, I think, in the game, besides maybe the McLaren F1 GTR. But we're going to have to obviously test that because we still have the Aventador to test, and I don't know if this thing is going to be able to go faster than the super fast. So here we go. Already at 200 miles per hour in 4th gear, and we're not even that far from the starting point. 240, only in 5th gear, and we're at almost 260. I think this thing's gonna take it, guys. It just hit 270, I just saw. We're definitely gonna have to do this one again, obviously, with my horrible driving. Let's go back. Alright, here we are at 270, 275. So it's already beaten the super fast, and we haven't even gone downhill with it yet. This thing is crazy, dude. An absolute speed machine. You can see the custom T-Square Games paint job, which you can actually download on there. Just search for my gamer tag, which is RazorWing02, if you have this car from the car pass. Alright, here we go. We are going to try for the downhill part and see if we can claim a faster top speed than 275 miles an hour, which is crazy even to begin with. We're at 275 already. There we go, 277, 278. We were able to hit 278 there. Let's see if we can get anything else. Doesn't look like it. I've already gone off the highway. Again, these top speed machines just don't have the handling and downforce of the track cars, like the Zonda R and the Vulcan. But it looks like the AGERA RS is currently our champion at 278 miles per hour, which is absolutely crazy. Let's go and test out the Lamborghini Aventador, which is going to be the final car for this test and for the top 5.
You have arrived early. Forza Live will begin.
So obviously, yeah, here is the last car, the Lamborghini Aventador. Obviously fully upgraded X-Class. We have the Liberty Walk body kit on there.
Good luck.
So this is actually my custom Overwatch paint job from, I believe, Forza Motorsport 5. And I've been using it on the Aventador ever since. The Aventador is one of my favorite cars ever, and let's see how it stacks up against the rest. So we're going to start here. 3, 2, 1, go. Reaching about 60 miles an hour in 1st gear. Going straight ahead to 200 miles per hour, and we're in 6th gear. Now this car does have 7 gears, so we're able to shift up again. Now, this may be alarming that we're still only in 6th gear and at 230, but this car does have 7 gears, as you just saw, and so we are going to be able to keep steadily climbing, and if I don't crash like I just did. So yeah, let's keep going here. We have 260 miles per hour and still climbing There's 270. Ooh, 270. So it's about tied with the 812 super fast. Let's move on to the downhill segment, and we'll see what goes on from there. Alright, here we go for the downhill. Now, I imagine the Forza Edition version of this car would be able to go even faster, considering it gains an extra 300 horsepower over the stock version. So we're just going to go ahead and test this one out, obviously, because the Forza Edition one is pretty hard to come by and pretty expensive in the auction house as well. So let's just keep going on the downhill, and as you can see, we've reached 240 pretty quickly. Hopefully we're going to keep climbing up towards 270 plus, and maybe this thing can edge out a victory over the AGERA RS. There we go, 272, and we've crashed through the median there, and yeah, I think that one's going to do it for the Aventador. I don't know if this one is going to be able to quite reach the 278 miles per hour the AGERA RS did, but 272 miles per hour is still really, really impressive. Obviously, if this was a Forza Edition model, it would still be able to go faster because of that extra horsepower, just because it's a Forza Edition. But other than that, guys, I think that wraps up the video. So that was the top 5 fastest car that I own. The AGERA RS is the fastest, clocking it at an astounding 278 miles per hour. And the 12 Superfast and Lamborghini Aventador followed suit in respectively 3rd and 2nd place, bringing in around 270 and 272. Now, obviously, our more track-focused cars like the Zonda R and the Vulcan Forza Edition, we're not going to be able to get that just because of how much downforce they have and how handling focused they are. But yeah. Remember, you guys can still enter the merch contest and have a pretty good shot of winning because I still have 0 entries. If you want to pick up some merch, make sure to check out the link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. T-Squared out.